Okay, here we are at the Appalachian State University annual Fiddlers Convention and Luthiers gathering. And here I have Mr. Keith Norris, who is a graduate assistant. And this year, Keith is in charge of the program, which changes every year. And Keith, if you could tell us how you got involved with this.
Yeah, so I actually attended Appalachian State University for undergrad, so I'm back at App. I'm back here to go at it again. I'm actually pursuing my master's degree in college student development, which is basically a fancy way of saying higher education. I want to work with students, and I want to work with students in a programming setting. So when I applied to go to grad school here, I actually applied to also come and be a graduate assistant. So I went through this interview process to make sure I could come here and do some cool stuff. I got offered this position to come work with the Heritage Council here at APPS, and APPS stands for Appalachian Popular Programming Society. So it's our campus programming board here on campus, where we bring all entertainment to campus. We try to strive to make sure we represent all of our student body and what we can do with what our student fees are going towards. So that'd be, we can do films, we can do big concerts, and then we can do the Fiddlers Convention. So this is the 9th year of the Fiddlers Convention. We're super excited to have it on board. We have a lot of awesome people here this year, some different talent, some different people, some different folks from different parts of the state, and that's really exciting for us. And we're kind of speeding up, and we're getting geared up already for next year's Fiddlers Convention, which is going to be our 10th anniversary. We're super excited for that. We're going to do some really special stuff to try to bring out all the tricks we got.
Keith, where are you from originally?
So yeah, I was born in Wilmington, North Carolina, born and raised on the beach, and then in about 2009, I actually moved to Wilkesboro, North Carolina, which a lot of people might know as the home to Merle Fest. And Merle Fest is actually something that's kind of born and bred in me now. I go to Merle Fest every year. I've been going for 10 years now. This will be actually this year, upcoming, we're my 10th year at Merle Fest. So it's something I love to do. It's something I'm really passionate about. I'm super excited to be back at it. And it's something that I think I love, that we can bring kind of a mini suite of it, and we can kind of gear up for it, and kind of the bluegrass, the Fiddlers Convention, and the festivals that are all coming up in the next couple months.
This year, Keith, make sure you come to the expo tent at Merle Fest. I have a booth there. I'm a sponsor of Merle Fest.
I'll be there.
So yeah, come and see me. So, all right. Well, thanks for sitting and talking to us, and thanks for inviting us instrument makers to the gathering.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate everything you do.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything today.
Thank you. So I'm going to take this camera around to the different booths of everyone that's here. A bunch of good instrument makers here. These are my fiddles here. And this is a friend of mine, Bud Henson. Hello, Bud. Bud's a master at taking old broken fiddles that are in disrepair and don't sound good anymore, and he does his magic on them. And he's got a way of setting fiddles up and making them play well and sound good. And these are an example of some of his old fiddles. Nobody knows where they came from or who made half of them. And there's one that Bud's showing us. He's got some interesting fiddles here. Hold that one up, Bud. This is a folk fiddle that was made, I believe he said, in Colorado. It's got a coiled snake for the scroll. And it's a folk fiddle.
And the F-holes.
F-holes look like swans. So I don't know where he finds this stuff, but he ends up getting all kinds of stuff. Thanks, Bud. These guys over here make guitars from soundboards of pianos. I was just talking with them earlier. Here's a poster, and he takes old pianos and takes their soundboards out and makes guitar tops from the soundboards, old red spruce. So that's a pretty interesting thing to do, to reclaim old pianos. This is a friend of mine's booth. He's not here right now. His name's Lyle Reedy from Brevard. And this is his friend Daniel Sevilla. He's got the booth next door. And they're both fiddle makers. So some are his wood and his toolbox. This is Daniel's booth. This fiddle that he made and a mold that he uses. He's got the corner blocks set in here. It's a new fiddle that he's just started. And let's walk over here to the other side of the room. Sorry for waving the camera so much. That's another friend of mine, John Peterson. Mountain banjos from Todd, North Carolina. He makes mountain banjos. Old clawhammer style gourd banjos.
I actually have a banjo in my office.
There's one of his banjos here. One of John's banjos.
Practice in my office.
This is John right there.
I haven't been there yet, but I've heard they had a banjo.
Hello, Lloyd. This is Lloyd's display. He's like a banjo museum this year that he brought of interesting. And here's a Boucher, old Gibson, Bella Voce. It's rare. You don't see these very often.
And they had a couple things like that.
Here's a Gibson Master Tone bow tie. Here's a guitar banjo. Here's an old 1890s Lion Healy. So on the table, here's some handmade banjos, part of his collection. Ancient instruments.
Get you a Mac dish because they'll be all
Here's Wayne Henderson.
You know,
showing
you
his
won't
guitar.
have tools to do. You don't spend that much to start with.
How you doing? You enjoying it today?
Oh, it's great.
All right.
Just talking away,
It's good to see you.
checking on his hand.
Yeah.
He's got a little scar in it.
Here's Herb Key. Here's some of his tools that he uses to restore. Hello, Herb.
Hello. That's
Having
a
fun?
clock spring. I use that to make a lot of these things out of.
Oh, you use
That's good too. That's good stuff.
box spring metal to make tools.
It's a clock spring, yeah.
Nice. Here's one of his handmade tools that he uses.
All these are handmade.
A lot of us make these things and they're irreplaceable. You can't buy them at Lowe's.
No.
They just don't have the same feel.
You ain't got nothing but a 4x4 or wood. You got to have some equipment
Right.
to make that thing.
I grew up in my dad's woodworking shop, and I've always loved working with wood. I love the guitars. So
Here's Wayne.
that's something I've been interested in. I heard
Hello, Gerald.
Hey, how you doing, man?
You having fun?
I had a great time. How about you?
Good. Gerald Anderson. It's one of his guitars here. Working on one of his mandolins there.
Yeah, trying to put some frets in it.
What number is that, Gerald?
164.
I've got another one that I restored.
I had your number 61, I believe it was, years ago. Yeah, I should have kept it. Wish I had it back. Oh, here's a beautiful piece of flamed maple.
Yeah, that's what I'm using to cut the little notches in the ends of the frets, and I put them up on that little board there and file it so they'll be good and smooth. And then that makes a little bracket for so you won't bend your binding over when you hammer it in.
Nice.
Like that. That makes sense?
That's what you call a handmade instrument. Truly handmade.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Thank you, Gerald. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Chris Capozzoli. Here's some of his instruments that he makes. Let me turn this sideways. This is a barnwood guitar. You can't get any more seasoned than that.
100 years plus.
100 years plus wood. Pretty cool. Hello, Keith.
Hello, Bob.
Having fun?
Yes, sir.
Keith and his family. Here's some of Keith's instruments. Keith's gone on this pushing the envelope with his design. He used to make pretty standard mandolins and guitars. Now he's branched out into his own designs. Here's my favorite one of his this year. It's oval hole, and it's got the looks and the sound of a pre-war Gibson. Really nice. And this is, hey Keith, what do you call this guitar?
That's octave 12.
Octave 12 string guitar. All handmade. That's Keith Odell. See you later. Let's move on to here a little bit, Keith. These are Bud's Snodderly's bracing that he's going to use. Looks like a brand new chisel. Look at this thing. Looks like it's never been used.
That's just tricks that you discover.
It's glued into that. Let's move into here.
Which is one of the reasons I started making.
There's Tony Deal. Hello, Tony. Hey.
How you doing,
How you guys doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Jan, good to see you.
Yeah. Jan. Hey, Bud. You having fun yet today?
Yeah.
That's Bud Snarley's New River Guitars. Oh, I want to show you this inlay, this rosette. Hey, Tony, hold that up for me, would you, if you don't care? I just fell in love with this inlay design that Bud uses on this guitar. This is going to Dallas?
What?
This is going to Dallas?
That's going to Dallas.
It looks like birds flying to me. I guess we just saw the Birds Alfred Hitchcock movie last night on TV. Turner, but it reminds me of a flock of birds. I've never seen that before.
Beautiful.
And this is some of the inlay work that Bud uses. Beautiful abalone. Cuts out by hand. It's all handmade. Hey boys, how's it going? Good, man. Good. And here's my latest crop.
Which one? You got some new ones in there?
Yeah, they're all pretty new, except this one is about a year old.
Yeah.
But this one is my latest one. I just finished that one a couple weeks ago. And a couple 5 strings and some 4 strings there.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good sounding fiddles.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so that's the Appalachian State University's Luthiers gathering / fiddle convention, and crowds haven't come yet, so this is a good time to test out instruments and hear how they sound. And I think I'm going to turn this off and rub out some of the new fiddles that I made. They need a final rubbing on the varnish. And I think I'll later on make some more videos of a sample of these fiddles and have some players play them for me and get them on YouTube. So hope you enjoyed this little tour of our Luthiers gathering, and over and out.